and welcome to World of Anime. I'm your host, Michi,
Mr. Wendell.
and welcome to our special convention episode. So, now this is our convention episode. I was wondering, have you ever been to a convention before, Wendell?
Actually, I haven't.
Ever?
No, this is the upcoming convention is going to be my first time.
Oh, wow.
I'm kind of nervous. I've heard so many good things about conventions and so many fun things like the costumes and all the little activities here and there. But I'm kind of nervous because I haven't been to one. You've been to a couple.
Yeah, I have. And I think one of the first things that I could ever say about a convention, really, really fun, depending on the convention that you go to and depending on the company that you keep. But you see, going to a convention isn't just like, hey, I'm going to hop in the car and I'm going to drive to a convention. Of course, you could do that, but I think one of the things about conventions is planning. You really have to plan ahead for it. Basically, once you first hear about a convention, there's never too early to start planning for a convention. Like right after a convention ends, that's when you should start planning for it. A lot of conventions actually have pre-registering, which comes in really helpful. Basically, all conventions will have some sort of registration fee, and depending on how many days a convention is, it could be anywhere from like $20 to sometimes $40, sometimes more.
Wow, that's
So
really decent.
yeah, it's decent, but at the same time, when you pre-register, you could save money. And also,
True.
one way of pre-registering is pre-registering with a group. A lot of anime clubs will put together groups so that they get the group discount on top of pre-registering, so you save even more money. And also, did you know that a lot of conventions are held in hotels?
No, I really don't know much about conventions. I know that sometimes they're at hotels, sometimes they're at colleges. Is there a difference between those two?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It really depends on the convention itself. Basically, when you have a convention in a hotel, this will usually be a multi-day convention. Like, conventions are often Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So of course you need a place to crash, and what better place to crash than the hotel? Basically, something that you really need to do is plan ahead. Again, everything falls back on planning. You should plan ahead, find out when the cutoff date is for registering for the hotel, any deposits that need to be made, and you have to also take into consideration that a lot of conventions will give their convention goers a discount. So you'll want to get in by the registration date. Also, a good way to split the cost, because hotel rooms, of course, no matter convention or not, can get really expensive. So you'll have to want to have roommates.
Okay.
And knowing your roommates is actually probably a really good idea. I mean, I've heard of people like crashing with each other and not
I
knowing.
plan to go with some friends and associates, so hopefully that will work out fine.
Okay, that's a good idea. One thing that you should also do in the hotel, get your own room key. Some people sleep really, really heavy, and you're trying to like knocking on the door, let me in, let me in. You don't want that to happen. So basically, there's probably like tricks of the trade to get around it, but if you have your own room key, you'll be so much more happier. And
Room key.
you know how like I kept on going back to money?
Uh-huh.
One thing that you really should do is bring as much cash as possible. I can't stress this enough. A lot of people say, yeah, well, I have my ATM card. Guess what? If you're at a convention and you have a dealer's room and there's an ATM right there, guess what's going to happen? It's going to run out of money. You don't want that to happen to you. Bring as much cash as you possibly think that you can actually safely handle.
And probably because the ATMs also have like a special service charge, you will probably have to pay a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess that's a good idea to bring cash. I was wondering how much cash I probably have to bring approximately. What am I? I mean, I can't really afford so much. I know I can get it through registration, but what if, is there like an estimate of how much I should at least bring over the course of the whole convention?
That really depends on you, on how much you are planning on buying. One thing that you should always make sure of, especially if you're going on a faraway convention trip, that you save money for the return trip home. Okay, your butt doesn't want to be broke in the hotel after the convention is done with no way home. That's just not fun. Although you have all this cool anime stuff, it's not going to be all that fun.
Point well taken.
At the convention, Okay, once you pre-register, once you've brought all your money with you, this really does seem like common sense, and I have to admit that myself, I haven't always done it. You'll want to read the schedule that they give you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't be like me and like read it after you get home and find out what you've missed. Read the schedule when you get there, so that you can plan ahead. Having a watch on you is also a good idea, so you don't have to sit there and go, do you know what time it is? Do you know when this panel is?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Take note when the dealer's room closes. Even though the convention might be 24 hours a day
Mm-hmm.
for all 3 days, the dealer's room is not. So you'll want to make sure on what time the dealer's room closes.
Okay.
Keep track of your badge, because your badge is your ticket to everywhere.
Oh, so you're saying that's kind of like my entrance. So I need it to get in, get out, and and it's
That is
important.
your life.
Okay.
Okay.
Badge
As far
is
as
your
life essentials for a
Badge.
convention, eating and sleeping. I know like some moms out there are probably going to say, what? You don't necessarily have to do both. It's a good idea to do both, but you don't necessarily have to. If you eat, you don't necessarily have to sleep, but if you sleep, you don't necessarily have to eat, but again, do both.
Okay. Eat, sleep.
Eat, sleep.
Badge is your friend.
Okay, also you might want to bring snacks, your own snacks, because hotels, especially in hotels, the food could get really expensive, and vending machines will rip you off, and restaurants will rip you off. Some of the bigger cons will actually provide lists,
Mm-hmm.
of nearby restaurants.
Okay. So door key, lots of money. A badge is your life. Badge is your life. Bring lots of money. Bring lots of money. You think I should bring a lot of money?
Well, actually, there's something else that you should do.
Okay. What is that?
Take a shower.
Okay.
One of the things about anime conventions that everyone will mention, otaku seem to have like this mortal enemy in soap. Soap is your friend. Use it, okay? If you have to, put like a little anime sticker,
I
put
smell good. Oh, go on.
anime sticker, deodorant, whatever. Please use it for the sake of all your otaku buddies out there. Please, please, please take a shower regularly every day. Brush your teeth too. Use deodorant. One of the main things at conventions is cosplay, which stands for costume play.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's a whole bunch of weirdos running around in anime costumes. So if you feel like doing that, I strongly suggest doing it, because it's very fun. You can win prizes, not necessarily, but it takes a lot of work. But follow the rules that the convention gives you, and basically that's it.
Sounds cool. I feel like I'm ready to go to the convention. I feel so excited now. So lots of money, key, lots of money, and
Taking showers.
showers. Okay.
Oh, and also one really just last hint. This is especially for the otaku guys. If you see, when you're looking at people cosplaying, no matter if they're really fine and dressed as a Sailor Scout, they're not necessarily women. Make sure, okay, before you just find yourself, hey, guys, you don't want that to happen to you.
Now you're scaring me. What are you inferring to?
I don't know. But
Are you saying what I think you're saying? Oh boy.
Don't be scared. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
Okay.